This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 3, verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles nailed as a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And I'm going to start at the top. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 3 verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. Okay, and when you die, you go to the spirit world, and when you go to the spirit world, you are in peace. Okay, when you go to the spirit world, you are resting. Okay, let's get that in the book of Job, the 3rd chapter, because it elaborates on that. This is the book of Job, 3 verse. We'll start at verse 11 so you can kind of get the point. It says, "Why died I not from the womb? And why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?" Right? So if you know what was going on in the story, with the story of Job, what was going on, Job was catching hell. Okay? So this is why he is mentioning this. Verse 11 again, it says, "Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost or the spirit when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have been lying still and been quiet. I should have slept, then had I been at rest. With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold who filled their houses with silver, or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there. The servant is free from his master." So this is talking about the spirit world, okay? And this is also just a backup scripture, a precept, to let you know that, when people die, right, their spirit goes back to the Heavenly Father, okay? In other words, your spirit goes to the Heavenly Father. Your spirit goes to the spirit world, okay? Because hell is a fable, okay? Now, we know hell is a condition played out on the earth, and hell can also mean the grave, okay? Just like heaven. Heaven is also a condition being played out on earth as well, because, when someone is in their glory, so to speak, or in their bag, how Jake be talking about, and they be just feeling real good, like, they're at the top of the world. What do they say? They be like, "I'm in heaven," So, heaven also can mean, rulership, a condition, right? Now, like how Esau is in his heaven right now, Jacob is in what? Hell, our condition, right? Or our conditions. All right, let me get this real fast, just because I brought it up. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 7, it says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it." Okay, so this is what happens to your spirit once you die. Your flesh goes back into the ground. Okay, that's what it's supposed to go. Now your body gets put in caskets. But as the scriptures, as it says, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So that's where your body is supposed to really decompose and go back to the earth. Because your spirit or your body is just a housing vessel for your spirit, but your spirit goes back to the Heavenly Father. Okay, so let's go back into get into the lesson. Wisdom of Solomon. All right, I don't want to try to go too far off with that. So Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 3, it says, "And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. Okay, like I said, when you die, you go to the spirit world. You are at rest. You are at peace. Okay, it says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet their hope is full of immortality, meaning everlasting life. All right, now this is what I wanted to touch on in this lesson today, and I want to show you an example of that, with this story of the seven brothers in the book of Maccabees, okay? So let's go to the book of 2nd Maccabees, the 7th chapter. And the point is really in the 14th verse, but, I could just read the whole story, because it's a beautiful story of, what took place. I mean, it's beautiful how the brothers and their mother held their integrity, of what was happening unto them, the persecution that was happening unto them, not what this wicked Edomite king Antiochus was doing to our people, all right? That wasn't the beautiful part, okay, all right? So, hope you understand that. This is the book of 2nd Maccabees, 7 verse 1. It says, and it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. All right, so we know, going back into the law, what's that? Leviticus, the 11th chapter. Leviticus, the 11th chapter. It says what? Start out 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall not eat among all the beasts that are on earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and chew up the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he chewed the cud, but he divided not the hoof. He is unclean to you. Let's get to the point. Verse 7, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Right, so let's go back to the book of 2nd Maccabees. 2nd Maccabees, 7 verse 1 again. It says, and it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Right? Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declaring, saying, and he should be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury take us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws, unto everlasting life. You see? That was that hope of immortality that they're speaking about, After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, that the right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again. You see that spirit in these brothers? And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. You see, he was going through the pain, he was going through the torment, right? And this is an example of this, right? Let me get this real fast before I forget it. This is an example of this too. Matthew 10 verse 28, right? It says, "And fear not them which kill the body." You see, so these men kept their integrity, right? They didn't fear Antiochus and his men that was tormenting them, you know, because they wanted to keep the law, the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Right? So it says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul." And they knew that. They already knew this, man. "But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." And that's who they ultimately feared, man. They feared the Heavenly Father, man. You see? They feared the Heavenly Father. And they knew the only thing that King Antiochus could command his servants to do was what? To torture them, to ultimately kill them. You see? But they knew that the Heavenly Father, with the Heavenly Father, is eternity, man. You know? Let's go back to the book of 2 Maccabees. Right? 7, where we was about verse 11, it says, "And said courageously, These I have from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again. And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, It is good being put to death by men." Right? It says, "It is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection of life." You see that there? You see? And what are we also called, right? Prisoners of hope. Right? We're also called the prisoners of hope. Zechariah 9 verse 12, it says, "Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope," man. And that's what we are, man. All right? We are prisoners of hope, right? And we want to have that same integrity. We want to have that same courage. You want to stand in that same boldness, right? And fear as these same men did. You know, and why am I saying just like these men? Because Esau, Edom, is going to come down with great wrath, right? Because he knows if his time is short, he's going to be doing the same exact thing. He's going to be torturing brothers. Some brothers is going to become martyrs. You know, it speaks about us brothers being beheaded, right? In the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter, right? And that's just, you know, certain brothers, these are just certain brothers' lots. You know, certain brothers is going to be cast into prison, right? Revelation 20 verse 4 says, "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000 years." So Esau's going to come down with it. If you're not, you know, willing to conform to his image, right? If you're not willing to take the mark of the beast, right? His objective is going to what? To try to kill you, man. Right? And he's going to, before he do so, he's going to what? He's going to bring different brothers out there so they can witness other brothers be tortured, so they can ultimately comply to his ways or conform to his ways, right? But the brothers that don't conform or comply, he's going to what? He's going to just line them up and continue to torture or behead them, you know, and do all different manners of ways to try to get other people to see, this is going to happen to you if you don't get down with the program. You know? What is that? Revelation 2. Because this is also going to happen. Revelation 2, 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Right? Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And this is talking about Esau Edom, man, because he is the devil. He is the deceiver of the planet Earth. Right? He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. You know, the one that's lying with all deceivableness. He's the one that has been loosed for this little season. That has been loosed with a little season to deceive the whole earth, man. The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. What? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. You see? You see? So fear, don't feel the tormentor. You know? Don't fear the tormentor. Because all he could do is harm the body. All right? So verse 14 again, it says, so when he was ready to die, he had said this, it is good to being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no more resurrection to life. And afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Let's see. Let's see. Slovakia. Yeah, fear not this tormentor, like I was saying. You know, but, you know, I mean, it still, it goes on down the line as, you know, they go. I think we stopped at the fifth, brother, maybe the fourth or the fifth. You know, it goes on down the line. But, you know, ultimately, it's a beautiful story. And you see these different brothers' integrity. You also see the beautiful integrity that the mother had as well, because she didn't have the spirit and said, you know what, you know, to her last son, won't you just listen? You know, you lost 6 of your brothers. You know, you're my last one. I don't want you to, you know, I want you to do anything. Nah, she stood fastly. She stood fast for her sons, which they were doing the right thing, man. Not transgressing the word of the Lord, you know, and to not conform to the ways of the heathen. And then ultimately she was put to death as well, you know. But we got to be in that same spirit, because what's coming down the pipeline with Esau, he's going to be doing the same exact thing, man. The same exact things. You see? So read this verse. I'll read this again. It says, verse 16, it says, then looked he into the king and said, thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High, but abide a while and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed, man. And that's what's coming to Esau Edom, man. Right? Esau Edom is doing all these things to us, right? But he doesn't, you know, what's coming down the line for Esau is what? Torment, death, and destruction, man. You know? And the seed of all these Edomites, right? Seed of all these Edomites, all these people coming back, hey, they all going to captivity, man. You see? They better live the best lives that they're living now. Because very soon in the kingdom of heaven, they're going to be in subjection under the Israelites, man. You see? So, I'll get one more. Let's see. Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse. I'll start at 4 again. It says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they should be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. And that's what the disciples is going to get, as Yahweh told them. Ye have that follow me in regeneration. You shall sit on the 12 tribe or the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? It says, and they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, which we know are Israelites only, and he have cared for his elect, which the elect comes out of the nation of Israel. It says, verse 10, it says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations. And we know who the wicked is. We know who the ungodly of the earth is, which goes back to Esau, Edom, man, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord, man. Right? You see, and the tormentor, right, and the seed of the tormentors, they all gonna be destroyed, man. You see. So I read that again. It says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations. You see, all the imaginations that they came up and plotted against us and snared us with. You see, everything that they have done is all coming upon them, man, very soon. But the point is, right, in this lesson, hey, we got to continue to have hope, We got to continue to have hope. And, different things are going to be coming upon us. But, hey, all we got to do is trust in Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, man. You see? As it says right here, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. Okay? And there shall no torment touch them. So you can go back and read 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter, and finish it on down on your own. I hit the points I needed to hit. But Lord willing, hope this quick lesson was edified. Until next time, I want to say shalom.